Next question. Why are you still into Rider? Melinda, let's start with you.
So I've seen Ryuki and Gotchard and Double and O's. A little bit of Geats because I kind of fell behind. But my favorite things about Kamen Riders is the ones that I've watched are like me, Frail. They just have this ambition of helping those, and even when things get like really dark and grim and despair, like they're like, oh, I can overcome this challenge because I got to. You know, I have to be the person to save the people, and they just have really good attitudes towards their friends and their allies, and they just like are really tough against their enemy and stuff like that. So Melly was big hero energy. I wanted to be a Power Ranger when I was younger, so now that I've entered Kamen Rider phase, I'm now just like, I could be a Kamen Rider too. I mean, I'm a hero of hope after all, so I really like the hero aspects and just how they overcome challenges and stuff. So that's why I really like Kamen Rider and still like Kamen Rider, because I feel like with every different series that I watch, they just have a good boy as the main protag, except for Double, because they have two good boys for their main protags because they are double, hence the name. Not really a spoiler because when you look it up, it's two different guys. But yeah, that's what I really like about Kamen Rider: the story, the characters.
Sora, why are you still into Rider?
So I am still into Kamen Rider because I am a 10-year-old at heart. Not in body, but definitely in heart. And Kamen Rider sets my 10-year-old soul ablaze. And the reason I still watch it is actually because I could watch it in the living room with my kids running around.
Oh yeah, because it's a child-friendly show. Oh, that's very clever.
That's kind of how they know all the poses from X8. Because I've rewatched it recently with them just in the living room. I watch it in Japanese and they don't understand, but it's fine. It's whatever, right? They just like the lights and the poses and the kicks, and yeah, it's pretty wholesome. Now I just hope that she doesn't try to like jump off of something and kick one of her friends at school, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
It's like, as a parent, you don't know whether to be mortified or impressed.
Oh, I'll be clapping. I'm the one like, yeah, let's go. Well, yeah, it's something that I could watch with my kids, and I really like that. I'm really liking shows I can watch with my kids, and that's really cool. So, especially as someone who likes Tokusatsu and anime, it's really hard to find anime that you can watch with your kids.
All right, Carmine, why are you still into Rider?
Because it's awesome. Because it continues to be like, there's nothing you like outside of like Tokusatsu and like even specifically Rider. You just don't get the cool like henshin sequence. If you're an anime fan, there's like a style to anime that's also just like that turns out to be just sort of the Japanese directorial style, because you get that in the live action as well. It's super cool. Japanese superheroes. The poses are cool, and the fights are cool, and pretty much everything about it is cool. And also, like, stories that deal with, like, what it means to be a hero is my jam, and that's a really sort of common beat for Rider. Yeah, big fan.
All right, just to echo what everyone else has said before, the reasons I'm still into Rider are 1, the stories are interesting, 2, the suits are cool, 3, I get invested in the human struggles of the riders, and 4, and probably most importantly, it's a means of bonding with friends as well as getting closer to the old man.
Yeah, like that's one big thing that I have to give Kamen Rider is, although it's definitely like generational, like it's designed for kids, but the actual content of the overall story is like real adult shit. How the world treats people, it's how someone has like such bad luck that in one case literally walks around with nothing but a fresh pair of underwear and just takes odd jobs. They did something and they literally cannot live with the fact that they did that while trying to do something else. And it's like you understand why each character is that way, and you cry a little bit inside because you're like, that's a real person, like that can actually happen. But instead of them just being like, just go back and into the workforce and become a wage slave, they're like, no, you're given a second chance to do something. We're giving you a power, and they make it supernatural to make it a little bit better than an actual superhero. because there's still real humans behind it, whereas a superhero or like a mutant, it's like extra superficial, right? When you have Batman, it's like, yeah, he's Batman, he lost his parents, but also he's a highly intelligent multi-billionaire who pretty much owns a city. Like that's just like impossible. Like it's too surreal when you get into like DC and Marvel. But like Kamen Rider is like just the right amount of real, and then they get the superhero costume. Another one to look at is like Forze. The main character literally just wants friends in high school.
And he's also
That's
the
it.
coolest dude.
He's the coolest person, but he's also not the coolest person because he's just like that little bit of an extra kid. You know, he's a little bit more over the top. He's a little bit more like touchy-feely with people. He's too friendly, and he's like taken advantage of multiple times in the show. And he just keeps going because like, yeah, sure, it might be an enemy now, but like an enemy yesterday is a friend today kind of thing. And like that's just his stupid mentality through it, but it keeps him going, right? Because he just wants friends to be with him at the end of high school. That's it. That's literally the main point of the season.
And to answer chat's questions, like the overarching like message of Kamen Rider has always been like, does becoming a monster mean losing your humanity? Also the theme of using the powers bestowed upon you for good, even if those powers were originally meant for evil. 99% of the time, the powers that the Kamen Riders have are the same powers as the bad guys.
Yeah, it's an interesting inversion of like Western comics things where usually like, especially like superhero movies, it's usually like this is the bad version of hero. But like with Kamen Rider, the powers usually have their origin in the technology or the whatever that powers the bad guys.
And sometimes they even get together to fight an even bigger threat just for that episode. Or for that movie.
You know we love that.
It's like, perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for.
Yep.
Like there's nothing better than in Kamen Rider seeing literally 50 episodes, or well, I mean, I guess it's closer to like 20. M. Night Shyamalan, who's the bad guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like generally at the very end, even the bad guy was taken for a ride by somebody else who worked under him or who worked over him, or a larger power that gave him that power, and then they like take it away or something, and then he has to join the good guys just for a little bit because it's literally just fueled on spite at that point. It's like, how dare you take advantage of me? Now I'm gonna join them and give them all the knowledge that you gave me to try to defeat them so we can defeat you. And yeah, I think you're really right. Like literally every season, whatever the good guy has, the bad guy has about the same. Bad guys have about the same thing.
Carmine, thank you for watching the video. If you want to see more content like this, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell.